Alright, 94% complete on this exclusive series featuring Lamborghini Essenza SCV12, one of the best handling Lambos in the game. Just down to one tier to complete. And since exclusive series, you can kind of bounce around since all tiers are unlocked as soon as you have access to it by purchasing all upgrades, which normally costs you 1500 gold to fully max out this car. I did take advantage of that upgrade discount that they offer. So if you take full advantage of that 30% discount that comes comes around from time to time, it'll still cost you just over 1,000 gold. So not a cheap car, but it is what it is. Pay to play, right? And it's time to collect the final bit of rewards that's available here. The series, of course, features 175 rewards total. The last one being the biggest one, 70 gold here. So, yeah, time to get that done. And since today we have not instant, we have what do you call that thing? Daily bonus. Yes, extra fame bonus. So let's hop in with this longest race in this tier, which is gonna be the Cup at Dubai Grand Prix. I think it's 7-lapper, so that's gotta pay out relatively well. And then let's hire our crew here. Double racing dollar bonus and double fame on top of the 25% extra fame. And since I don't want to have to stop and service between this race and the remaining two short events, we'll hire Eric as well. So here we go. All right. And for just general overview of the exclusive series, I do have a separate video, as always, that I made for the series, going over how much it cost, the breakdown of the events, what kind of events to expect in the series. Of course, I've uploaded the, 19 videos, each video going over each tier for this exclusive series, and this one being the 20th, the last playthrough video, not just an overview. So if you guys are interested, just check out the playlist. I'll have the link to the full playlist in the description box below, along with any relevant playlist that deals with this car. So it is featured in, I want to say, a single bonus series, or maybe now it's featured in more than one. It used to be featured in only one bonus series called, what was it called? Something like Essenza Extravaganza or something like that. And it was, oddly enough, featured in an elite section, not in legend section of the game. So, I don't know, I feel like it's one of those fine line between, this car falls kind of between those two categories. It could easily slip into the legend class, I think. So let's see. Now, current as the game stands at the moment, I think, there's a bonus series in legend class or legend section called Supercar Renaissance. So that one featured this car, although this one is not exactly the main car that's gonna be able to take you very deep in that series, since that one, the other cars that you have to face against are a bit stronger contender than this one. So I don't know, perhaps elite section is the appropriate category, but Fire Monkeys obviously have a legend class series featuring this car, albeit not the strongest one in that series, but you cannot be the strongest in every series, right? Gotta have some competition. You gotta be an underdog from time to time. But yeah, this car, the original bonus series, Essenza Extravaganza. As the series name might suggest, it was a single car series that featured this one, SCV12. That was it. So it's sort of like an exclusive series without having to fully upgrade the car. And then we get another single car series here, exclusive series, featuring the same exact car, except the cost of entry is a bit higher at 1,500 gold. Yikes. So yeah, I mean, just the upgrade cost alone, I feel like if it's a car that you have to spend 1,500 gold to fully max out, I feel like that alone should put the car in legend class, since the cost is legendary, regardless of the performance in instances like that. And anywho, let's focus a bit more on the racing here, as I am hanging back in P4 as we're about halfway into this race. And I do enjoy Dubai Grand Prix. This is a cool circuit, especially with such dramatic twilight rendering. Although they've had added now more different time of day races here, taking place here at Dubai Autodrome. So that's nice. They don't really make announcement about those anymore. So I suppose it doesn't really affect the gameplay as drastically. So they just kind of sneak them in between updates these days. Not between updates, I should say, with each updates. So we got multiple time of day. Let's say, for example, Silverstone, and we also have Spa having multiple time of day. And let's see, Mount Panorama's had that for a while. But yeah, just across the board, we're getting, getting fancier. Maybe the weather variants will show up. I still hope they would create a sort of like a free race category where no PR you sort of a custom race, like where you get to pick the size of the grid, circuit, even kind of race that you want to do. I don't know. And also, instead of having the bots adjust to your margin of victory, perhaps just to have a different difficulty level setting to select. So, and just have the more difficult race pay out more. I feel like that's, better way to go about it than the current game mechanics, the internals, right? But I doubt they are gonna go that deep into overhauling the game. Perhaps that would be something if they ever decide to make a real Racing 4, something that could be on the table, maybe. Not sure. Alright. We got 2 leaders to chase down, as we got 3 final laps left. Alright, we're catching up. And of course they are TSM bots. My old teammate, he's good. This guy's usually, you'll find him usually in rank A of weekly time trial very, very often. Anyway, it looks like we got a traffic, which is very interesting to see in a circuit this big, to have a lapping traffic. That is a bit unusual, as I get stuck behind the last guy that we just lapped. Let's just say he's having a mechanical problem with his car. Maybe his gearbox is stuck or something. I don't know. Or, oh, we got a whole group now. We're beginning to overtake. Fine. Generally, these traffic works in our favor because bots do kind of derp out when they see, oh, that's kind of a cool finish. Korean flag. I think I know who that is too. Anyway. Final 2 laps, we get to lead. So there we go. Yeah, the TSM bots in cup races, I don't know how they figure out, because obviously their grid is going to be different than mine. So they do tell you, like, in the game, they do sell it to us as like, oh yeah, these are the actual races of these real people, right? But how is it possible when, do they just stick to the same race line, which makes absolutely no sense, because then they'll get stuck. They have to adjust. So there's a bit of AI adjustment, and the only reason why I say that is the top 2 in this grid that I overtook. If I were racing against either of them in, let's say, online multiplayer, I don't think I have a chance of winning against them. But when we see them as a TSM bot, quite a different story, Not that I'm complaining about that. I would hate to be stuck on a 7-lap cup where I cannot win. That would be frustrating. These races are not exactly a short variety. And yeah, look at that. We're lapping in pairs. We got another 2 to overtake and lap. Thank you very much. Yeah, the Essenza SCV, quite grippy. Very great, really good handling. Perhaps not as nimble as Sesto Elemento or Hurricane Performante, but when it comes down to handling and grip, I know it's a tough one to beat. Anyway, we are coming to the final set of corners here of this cup. So let's break out the champagne, shall we? And there we go. Finish in style. So just under 11 minutes for those 7 laps around Dubai Grand Prix. Not exactly the cleanest race, as I was yapping along throughout the race, not paying perhaps as much attention as I should have. But that's alright, we won. And 19,500 fame points ain't bad. I mean, obviously, there are better races, but you know what? Not gonna complain. Better than what you would get from a speed snap, for sure. Alright. Good job, Eric. Alright, with that gold trophy, now we are just too shy of completing this series and winning that 70 remaining gold available in the series. So let's go with the Autocross, sure. Autocross at Spa. What's the target time to beat? 30 seconds? 28 and 9. Alright, so just under 30. As we start right before Le Con. And it course, concludes right after the exit of the no-name corner, right after Brussels. Oop, pushing a little too hard. Great handling, but not quite that great. There is a limit to its greatness. But still, even with that, those mistakes, getting it under 28 seconds for the second to last gold trophy. All right. So that was trophy number 50. All right, out of 51 available in this series. And the final trophy number 51 will come in the form of a speed snap, right? Another very short event taking place at Daytona. So that's going to be a little bit longer variety of speed snaps. So 98% complete. So here we go. Top speed is 341 kph. We need to hit 321 and change. So 322 would suffice. And this it's all about how you... Is that before the chicane or is it after the chicane? I mean, it would make more sense to be before chicane. So all about how you exit from this interior section of the circuit to the exterior, the outer rim, the speedway section. And I'll go out on the outside lane just so I can extend the length. Yeah, it makes sense to have it before the chicane, just before. All right, so 322 is good enough for the final gold trophy. While we're at it, beat a couple of TSM friends and pick up whopping 400 fame points for that. But that's of course not the grand prize here. It is the 70 gold. So, all right. That's where that puts us. And also there's a bit of racing dollar bonus, 120,000, but you know, we're not too concerned about that. So here we go. Time to collect. Puts me right up at 15,700. Yay. At some point I was well above 20,000 and even, I want to say I was over 30,000 at one point. By the way, for those of you guys who are asking me about like how to have so much gold, I've been playing this game for almost like, at this point, like almost 10 years. And early days of the game, they used to do all these goofy weird connection or partnership with other games to win gold. So for example, like, do you guys remember that running game, infinite running game called the Temple Run? I want to say they had a like connection with some of the games like that, where you reach certain level in Temple Run, you got like 15 gold or 50 gold. Yeah, but that wasn't the only game. They had a whole bunch of other apps, you know. So that was one. And early days, up till I want to say about 2015, 2016, the gold rewards in terms of ads, there were no cap. You could watch, you know, there were no racing dollar ads. It was all gold ads. So if you had a good Wi-Fi connection that did not drop, or if you're on a road trip and you had the, you know, like a LTE network connection throughout, then you're just sitting in the back seat and just doing nothing, sit around for, I don't know, 5 hours just collecting gold. Yeah, you can accumulate quite a bit of gold. But more importantly, not spending it everywhere, right? and taking advantage of all the usual gold collecting events and winning cars with the least amount of resources spent. If you can practice and win a car for free, that's obviously a big plus to your bank. And then, things like that. Weekly time trials, try to do well. If you're not doing well, then, race more. You do get better. I wasn't always as good. I still have ways to go, but I can, rank pretty comfortably in rank B in weekly time trial, you know, pretty consistently. And on occasion in the past, gotten into some rank A as well, which, obviously pays out 300 gold a week, if not 100 gold a week, and each version currently runs about 6 week cycle. So that's like 600 gold plus, So, yeah. Anyway, I'm sure you guys already all knew about that, so I'll stop the video now. Thanks for watching. And that does conclude another exclusive series here. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. All right, take care.